So I reflected a little on, thinking back to 200 episodes, all the things that had happened. And I think when we started, the idea that someone would just say, oh, yeah, 1 million of these were stolen, and it didn't contain passwords, so no big deal. That just wasn't the environment. It has really gotten to a point where there's some pretty big stuff that we just kind of say, oh, yeah, that happens every day. And I don't think it was like that on episode 1. I think it is really, the world is crazier than it was on episode 1. Yeah. And the thing that's also always been consistent, I think, in the security work is the stories are pretty amazing stories. You kind of think, would a fiction writer even be able to come up with something like that? They're just so interesting and kind of amazing how people put stuff together. I think that's part of what challenges us and keeps us, here in this field and makes us want to stay in security.
Yeah. You mentioned a fiction writer. Some regular programming has come about in the cybersecurity space over the last few years. Yeah. Well, after this program, and it's not just the challenge of coming up with it, but just being able to explain it. Right. That is, I think that's still the challenge. Is that how can you make something that's can be so technically nuanced actually accessible? And right. I think that's one of the things we try to do here is to try to give it a little bit of translation, kind of reach into the edges a little bit and understand it a little bit better.
Understand it, have it make sense. And then what's a lot of fun too is, in this collaborative workspace, we argue with each other. Somebody presents something, but that's not right, And this is just an extension of that.
Right? The arguing part.
There's always some good debate, right? Over here in our space, and I think this having the sofa here and having the show, it gives people outside a chance to kind of see what it's like to be part of this group. Maybe if we think way out, we'll not just have Murray 3D rendered, but we'll be able to have a guest, 3D rendered to present counterpoints to some of the discussion on the show.